installment of Star Trek Yellow Springs, Season 6, Episode 3. Another titillating adventure in the Delta Quadrant, Revelations. We received a distress call from a starship named the USS Callisto. We're here to investigate. If the ship is destroyed, there may be survivors. Scan the wreckage. Escape pods, if anything. Start scanning. $350 souls gone. It's unfortunate. Is there any way we can do to identify the attacker? Very well. Put the station on screen.
This is 7 of 9, part of a Federation research team assigned to the USS Callisto. My team and I were investigating this outpost when the defense systems activated and destroyed the ship.
7. This is Admiral Dorn of the USS Yellow Springs. We responded as soon as we could.
I am aware of your service record. Thank you for responding to our request for assistance. I was able to deactivate the outpost's defenses, but the system sent out an automated distress signal upon shutdown. It is logical to assume that someone will be arriving to investigate. Please transport my team and me to your ship. I will be of more assistance to you there.
They have a lot to explain. Helm, take us towards the outpost. Prepare to beam aboard 7 and her team.
Long-range sensors are picking up inbound energy signatures. Voth ships. They must lay claim to this system.
Indeed they do.
Attention, trespassing endotherms. You are trespassing in Voth Alliance space. Surrender now, and we will allow you to live out the remainder of your lives on a prison world.
We will not be made into your prisoners. I've lost count how many times someone said for me to surrender. Problem with Voth ships is that they have a way to confuse my sensors. More ships inbound. Or was that one that was hiding from my sensors? Shields are down. Initiating tractor beam repulsors. Like I said, that's the way that they confuse my sensors.
Alien vessel. You have violated a Voth facility, and will be.
They ran.
Where are they going? It's not like the Voth to leave a battle they would have clearly won.
That is odd. Put it on screen.
This is a general distress signal for any ships in range. This is the Teray homeworld. We are under attack by an unknown force of immense power. We require immediate assistance.
7. Who exactly are the Teray?
The Teray are a spacefaring culture that Voyager encountered in 2376. They claim ownership over the underspace, which are corridors through subspace that significantly shorten travel times here in the Delta Quadrant. Command has been attempting to contact them, without success. Access to the underspace would be a distinct advantage for our fleets.
Do you think the Voth are the ones who attacked the Teray? They did leave really quickly.
That is one possibility. To my knowledge, the Voth and Teray are not enemies. However, there is still much we do not know about the Delta Quadrant.
Perhaps a good show of faith would be in order. Before I do that, let me go ahead and cycle my camera distance. Sorry about that, folks. It is a nice time to have a good shot of the Yellow Springs up close. Helm, set course for the Teray homeworld. Maximum warp. Every once in a while, it's good to have a close-up shot at the Yellow Springs. But considering how big the ship is, it kind of makes a hassle for seeing the rest of the battle sequence, so I spread out the camera a little bit.
We have arrived in the Teray system. The Voth ships are in combat, but they are not engaging Teray vessels. Their opposition does not conform to any known ship in the database.
Whatever they are, they're packing quite a punch. It's a Voth dreadnought. Wherever they are, they just destroy the dreadnought.
Whatever these assailants are, their technology is exceptional. Even the Borg do not have ships such as these.
Get a target lock on that unidentified ship. Oh, that hurt. Oh, and they deployed mines too. This is no unordinary frigate. But as always, no matter what frigate ship it is, they're no match for the Yellow Springs. Whoever they were.
The Voth and whomever they are fighting are speaking on an open channel. We can listen to their communications.
Make it so. Maybe we'll find out who's attacking them.
Your defense of the Teray thieves will be your undoing.
The Teray and Voth have a long-standing allegiance. The Teray's exothermic nature makes them superior to the other feeble races of the Quadrant.
Then you will be loyal to the death.
They're not even attempting to negotiate. We need to beam down immediately.
The surface of the Teray homeworld is being devastated by the debris from the Voth vessels. The Teray do have a defense network of satellites and shields that is capable of protecting them, but the control network is offline. This was intentional. Their attackers deliberately targeted the area during the initial assault. There is a secondary command center on the outskirts of one of their major settlements. If we transport directly there, we will be able to restore the control network.
Alright, wait team to transport room 1. We're going in hot and heavy. Expect heavy resistance. We gotta show a sign of good faith towards the Teray. Maybe they'll explain some things to us.
The invaders attacked this facility, but they did not do significant structural damage. They were, however, able to take down the control network controlling the orbital defense grid. That defense grid is the only thing capable of stopping all of the debris from the battle in orbit from raining down on the planet. Small pieces will burn up in the atmosphere, and your ship's weapons can deal with some others, but a significant percentage will get through. Until that grid is operational, there will be widespread devastation.
So in order to give the Teray a fighting chance, we gotta get that defense grid back online. Let's get to work.
There was a firefight here. One of the Teray is injured, but his condition is stable. He may be able to give us more information about the invaders.
Alright, let's go and help him. Maybe he can give us some answers to some questions we have.
Thank you. My name is Bellis. You're from Starfleet, right?
Yes, we'd like to know what happened here. Why are you being attacked?
The ships emerged from the underspace, and they were too close for our defense grid to stop the launch of drop pods. In minutes, they had knocked out the grid controls, and we were defenseless. We barely had time to transmit a distress signal.
Who are the attackers? Unfortunately, we couldn't identify them and identify the ships attacking you.
The attackers were Vaadwaur. Voyager did indeed interact with one of our corridors, but instead of deleting the info as we requested and going on their way, they revived our greatest enemy. All of this destruction, every death, it's all Voyager's fault.
Vaadwaur?
Impossible. It cannot be the Vaadwaur. I would know.
7. Who are the Vaadwaur?
This is all my fault. When we first encountered the Vaadwaur, they were in cryostasis. I foolishly awoke their leader in a moment of curiosity. I didn't know their history. They were conquerors, despots. The Vaadwaur used underspace to rule the Delta Quadrant for decades. It was only when the other races banded together that they were defeated.
Sounds like the Iconians.
At the time we encountered them, when I awakened them, Captain Janeway said she probably would have done the same thing. But it wasn't her choice, it was mine. I am responsible. However, the Vaadwaur we encountered did not have a level of technology like what we face here. This is far beyond anything the Vaadwaur are capable of developing in such a short amount of time.
So now we need to form a plan of action.
My analysis remains unchanged. We need to restore functionality to the defense grid. There are 4 nodes located on the edge of this complex. We must restart these nodes and realign them to the central tower to re-establish the grid.
Alright, sounds good. We'll keep an eye out for the Vaadwaur. I get the feeling they won't like what we're doing.
I'll go to the central tower and start the initialization sequence.
I blame myself for the Vaadwaur's return. It was a door best left unopened.
There's one of the nodes.
Complete these steps in the correct order to initialize and align the node.
In the correct order. Okay, I'm gonna need this real quick. This is one of those situations where the elements change a little bit, so I want to write them down.
First, you must access the AI subroutines. Next, you must reinitialize the kinetic dampers. Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
Alright, let's get this started. Access the AI subroutines. Reinitialize the kinetic dampeners. Now establish a satellite uplink.
Uplink established.
Gotta do these 3 more times. Here's a tech commando.
We first rescued the Vaadwaur. We thought we could be allies.
This won't hurt the console. But it did take out a whole lot of them.
Analysis complete. Perform these steps in the correct order. First, you must access the AI subroutines. Next, you must reinitialize the kinetic dampeners. Finally, you must align the main relay.
Basically the same as the first 2, with the exception of the third, okay. The third step was align the main relay.
Defense node on now.
2 down, 2 to go.
When Admiral Tuvok asked me to leave my post at the Daystrom Institute to assist the Callisto, I thought the probability of seeing Vaadwaur was statistically insignificant.
There's another node.
We had to ally ourselves with the Turay to escape the Vaadwaur.
Let's analyze this
My
node.
analysis of this node is complete. Execute the following steps in the correct order. First, you must reboot the core matrix.
Because it's a different one, I'm writing it down.
Next, you must charge the capacitive relays. Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
Reboot the core matrix. Charging the capacitive relays. And establishing a satellite uplink.
Connection reestablished.
3 down, 1 to go. Vaadwaur are putting up quite a fight. If we don't get the shield up in time, all the debris that's falling from orbit will seriously cripple the Teray homeworld.
Whatever happens here, we must inform our superiors about the Vaadwaur threat. I have completed my analysis. Complete the following steps in the correct order. First, you must reboot the core matrix. Next, you must reinitialize the kinetic dampeners. Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
I'll try something different here. Remembering key words might help, like reboot, reinitialize, establish. Hopefully it works. That did it.
Uplink
Activate the defense grid. Let's call for Bellis.
Starfleet, I need assistance at the central tower.
We're on our way.
Your team did an excellent job getting the defense nodes back online and realigned to the central hub here. The restart process will take some time, but the defense grid will be active in about 2 minutes. We'd be in good shape if the Vaadwaur hadn't launched more assault pods. These are mobile transporter pads used to bring more troops to the surface rapidly. I assume they're coming to stop us from restoring the defense grid.
We need to hold them off until the defense grid's been completely restarted.
The Teray took control of underspace after the Vaadwaur were defeated. Clearly, the Vaadwaur object.
This is going to be a tough fight.
Vaadwaur reinforcements approaching.
I see that. I'm deploying some mines right here. If they decide to come in.
Vaadwaur are relentless. Probability of our survival is slim.
I don't care what the odds are, just keep fighting. Got a minute left until the defense grid's totally online. Keep fighting.
Vaadwaur are tenacious fighters. We must reinforce them.
You don't have to tell me twice. "15 seconds.
We can't keep this up forever.
What is that?
Bothmax. I saw them in the Solnay Dyson sphere. Ooh, I got hit really hard. I might die again. Yep, I did. They're using Polaron weapons, that's why. Is that it? I don't know. Let's find out.
It is not odd. Voth reinforcements have entered orbit. These Vaadwaur do not want to do battle with an obviously superior force.
Really? I seem to remember the Vaadwaur tearing your ships apart in orbit.
While we did sustain great losses, we have made good on our agreement with the Terrain. Bellas, we have restored your defense grid.
Excuse me? Seven and I restored the defense grid.
I'm not interested in petty squabbling about who did what. The grid is restored and we are safe. That's all that matters.
Sorry, Bellas. Tell Voyager permission granted. Let the Admiral beam down.
Seven of 9.
Admiral.
We detected the destruction of the Callisto. What?
It was your fault. Your ship invaded the Voth outpost. You woke the Vaadwaur.
Vaadwaur. Interesting. Starfleet intelligence did not consider them a threat. We believed their numbers were few and their technology outdated.
Then you were wrong. The Vaadwaur have returned, and no one is safe.
I see. 7. Voyager could use your expertise again. Will you return to the ship?
That would be acceptable.
Very well. We will take the other survivors from the Callisto as well. Thank you.
You're welcome, Admiral.
Voyager 2 to beam up.
Very well. Yellow Springs, beam us up.
Thank you for assisting Seven and lending aid to the Turay. However, the discovery that our old foes, the Vaadwaur, have made such a leap in technology and are now threatening the entire quadrant is troubling.
I agree, Admiral.
Thank you. Without your help, my team and I may have been killed by the Voth. Now, however, I must turn my attention to the Vaadwaur. I am responsible for their return. I must assist in their defeat.
Very well. Until next time. Prepare to leave the system. Warp 3. Let's hail Delta Quadrant Command.
I've read Admiral Janeway's mission logs from Voyager. It would be troublesome enough to have the Vaadwaur return in force. They're an aggressive and difficult species. But if they have technology and forces that can defeat the Voth, this does not bode well.
Indeed, Commander. Okay, folks, that was episode 3. I'll give you a sneak peek at episode 4. Another tantalizing adventure in the Delta Quadrant. What could go wrong? All that glitters.
Are you familiar with Voyager's emergency medical hologram? He's quite unique, even for an old EMH Mark 1. Now he holds rank in Starfleet in his own right. We've received a message that the Doctor requires assistance to deal with a medical situation on an Ocampa freighter in the Shenda system. He's currently en route in one of Voyager's shuttles. Normally I'd send a medical vessel, but we've seen a spike in Vaadwaur attacks, and I want to make sure he has all the resources he'll need. Could you go to the Shenda system and assist the Doctor?
Will do, Commander. Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed episode 3. I will see you for episode 4. Until then, this is Captain Chris Dorn, signing off.